FTW. You mad? FTW Broadcasting here for the win in tandem with the TGN Squadron. My name's Awall, and I've got Cormar on board on this dual cast. How you feeling, Cormar?
Feeling great, Awall.
Awesome. On the screen right now, I'm going to put an extremely annoying yellow annotation. Click that annotation. Me and Cormar casted the offstage for the TGN League of Legends Tournament number 2. There was a $500 cash pool. That was the wrong order of words there to describe that. Regardless, it was epic. Click that playlist to check out all of the freaking action that happened in that tournament. It was a blast casting that thing. This map looks a little bit different, Cormar. Dude, tell me, what happened in this new patch? Looks like some major changes, man.
They did a graphical overhaul on this thing. It's actually pretty sexy. They supposedly, in addition to making it look much better with some more complex textures, the grass, the dirt, and everything looking a lot better. They also improved graphical performance for very low-end systems, which is awesome. That's one of the great things about League of Legends is that it's playable, unlike most other modern games. Let's just say the graphics are not super state-of-the-art, so it's totally playable on a really low-end system, and it's even more playable now, while still looking a little bit better.
It looks great, man. These textures look sick. Even like the grass is very clear.
Yeah.
All the textures on the trees is the one thing that's standing out for me. And right now, so you guys know what kind of game this is a High-Elo featured match from the Riot Games main navigation. You just want to tell us about these matchups starting in the bottom lane? I'll cut you off if some action happens.
Sure thing. At the bottom lane, we have the combination of Ashe Blitzcrank versus Graves Blitzcrank. So this is a blind pick. Check out the new Ashe model, by the way. It also came with a patch.
Ooh, wow. Is that the Robin Hood skin right there or whatever?
I believe so, but the new model and the skins are updated for it and everything. So yeah, the new model is pretty damn sweet. With new animations, hopefully you get to see the Crystal Arrow, because the new ult animation is pretty awesome. I saw it on somewhere. I saw it on YouTube somewhere, I think. But
dude, how are we getting a double Blitzcrank in the bottom lane?
Yeah, totally. It's just a blind pick, that's all. Yeah,
gotcha.
High-Elo normal games are featured in addition to ranked and whatnot. But yeah, looks like they're going for bot.
Dude, look at this Shyvana in the bushes in the bottom lane. Shyvana cutting in there. Uh-oh. Blitzcrank getting grabbed himself. He was going for his own grab. His ultimate goes off. Diarrhea on you on the blue team. Just died with that respectable name. I feel really bad about it. Oh no. Sejuani trying to escape here. That dive there from Graves. Graves picks up the kill. Wow, but Ashe turned around and got that kill on Graves. Overall, you do not want the other team's AD to pick up a kill on your AD, but oh no, Ashe is in a bad situation. This Blitzcrank with 150 HP. Blitzcrank's ultimate popping there, but with Shyvana's help, they take out Ashe. Disgusting amount of blood in that bottom lane. Oh my.
That was a pretty reckless action down bottom. I'm not really sure. The thing is that as soon as those people showed up, blue team was extremely slow.
I'm sorry, it looks like there's a dive in the top lane. I'm going to cut you off. I'm sorry. Okay, it looks like the new champ, Darius, is heading back. No, he's flashing in. He's going to try to dive this Renekton up in the top lane. I'm sorry, these players are retarded aggressive this early.
Yeah, I don't know if this is not even a North American. They play like European players. No, but the blue, yeah, it looks like blue team was way too slow to react to Shyvana appearing. Plus, they're not warding. I mean, if you look at the ward, well, they aren't even bothering.
Oh, he got the kill on Renekton. He got the kill on Renekton in the top lane.
Trade.
It was an even trade right at the tower, both dead bodies. Was it worth it, boys?
No, it wasn't worth it. But the match up top here, Renekton and Darius. Darius, the new champion, is basically, I mean, he's way too new to talk about how he fits in the meta, but he seems to be not more like a Jax type, where he is great at jumping into combat and ambushing people. Here we go.
Blitzcrank got a clutch pull there. I'm sorry, this Graves barely survived there. I'm sorry, you were saying about Darius?
He's also a bit of kind of a duelist, and he does more damage over time because he stacks up his passive, which is a bleed. And the more it stacks, the more damage he does, and the faster he runs, so you can't get away from him after a long fight. So he's more of a duelist like Jax, and he's good at jumping in the battle after someone else initiates. You don't want, as Darius, you don't want to be the initiator because you're a little too squishy for it. You're not a bruiser you're not a Garen, you know, even though he kind of looks like him. You're not a bruiser. Yeah, he does. He does look like Garen with an axe, pretty much, right? But yeah,
and he's got the spin to win type of animation there
absolutely.
too. And
absolutely. So he did remind me of
nice.
that visually, but in terms of the combat, he's much more offense, much less defense. So you play him kind of more like Jax. That's what it looks like to me.
Oh no, there's a gank top. Shyvana's coming in with the red buff. Are they going to be able to secure this on Darius? Darius escapes. He does have double Dorans, didn't have any health pots, so he's going to have to head back. No,
change his
deciding
mind.
not to head back.
Change his mind.
Now, what is this apprehend move here on his E? Tell me about that.
That's a grab. It's actually an initiation move where he reaches forward and pulls someone to him. But it's not like Blitzcrank with a super long range, but you could still use it if they get really close to the tower. It's also AoE, so it can grab multiple people and pull them towards him, and it's a normal move, so that's actually pretty sweet.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you can also use it for breaking up channels and whatnot. Mainly it's to stop people from retreating, or maybe, you know, like I said, maybe pulling into the tower, but the range on it's a little too poor to do that reliably. They'd have to be pretty reckless in order to fall victim to that. You can also, you know, if they dive you and then it fails and try to run away, you can use it to keep them there. But it also...
Sejuani's diving in on this Renekton top. I seriously doubt they'll be able to pick up this Renekton, but look at that just ridiculous amount of slow that Sejuani brings to the table. Wow, Renekton forced to go home even with the health pot? I don't know.
Down bottom.
I guess he's going to shop. Oh god, this action in the bottom lane. Blitzcrank number 1, I guess I'll call him. Blue Blitzcrank. Getting the grab on Red Blitzcrank. That was freaking epic. Can the Ashe finish off the kill? Blitzcrank, Red Blitzcrank survives. Wow, he was the alpha Blitzcrank there. That was a crazy exchange. Blue team losing 2.
Post-mortem rocket grab.
Losing 2 lives there. What's that?
Post-mortem rocket grab. Yeah, he died and he still got the grab. That's so silly. That's some physics for you right there.
It makes so much sense.
Totally makes
I'm really digging Red Blitzcrank's name, Doppelgangster. Like that name.
Doppelgangster, yeah. And he happens to be a clone of the other Blitzcrank. It works perfectly. But so him and Graves here, yeah, they're definitely dominating bot lane. There's no question. We'll talk more about how they're progressing in a bit, but we have other stuff to talk about too because there's a lot of action that's been constantly interrupting us as we're trying to explain things. But Darius, you know, he works off his bleeds. He combos his spell together, his abilities together. The more stacks of his bleed, stacks up to 5 times, the more stacks of his bleed you get on the opponent, the more damage his abilities do, and he just gets bleed just by hitting him. Then now mid lane, we finally got here. Morgana actually got a nerf in this patch, by the way. I don't know if you're aware of that, but Morgana's Soul Siphon is her spell vamp has actually been nerfed down to 20% at max instead of 30%, which is pretty huge because that was.
Oh my gosh! Some more. I'm sorry, man. Some more hot action bottom. This Graves is almost dead. This Ashe is almost dead. Renekton got a kill on Darius up top while we were watching this bottom action. Ashe just way out of position, diving in on that tower. That was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, back up top. With all these things happening at once, it's hard to track. But back up top, what we had was a huge dive. Renekton on Darius. Darius is almost dead. Sejuani came in for the save. Sejuani wound up picking up Renekton barely in a fight to the death. They each had like an inch of health left, or a millimeter of health left. And basically, she got the kill. And because of the assist bonus, it actually wound up being in favor of blue team, I think. But it's arguable because it would have been, you know, Renekton got a kill, Darius only got an assist. That's kind of more advantage for red team, actually. So I guess that didn't really work out for them. But Darius should have hung around the tower.
Red Blitzcrank just grabbed Blue Blitzcrank so the Shyvana could come in here on the dive. Shyvana missing the jump there, though, which essentially saved Blue Blitzcrank's life. Yeah. I diarrhea on you, seriously?
That's an awesome name, dude.
Wow.
That's so classy.
It really is.
So
it makes me laugh, you know? Pee-pee and doo-doo still make me laugh. I don't know what it is. I'm a grown-ass man, too. Yeah. Here comes Galio to try to pick up this dragon. A 9-minute timing on this dragon, so fairly early.
Yeah, that is really early. They've been so dominant so far. I mean, they can really afford to do that. So we'll see how much gold they have after they pop this dragon, and then we'll talk about which team is doing better. I think we kind of already see. Red team now at a almost 4,000 gold advantage, just shy of 4,000 gold. It's coming from their kills partially and the dragon. I mean, that's definitely it. But if you look at the farm, also check out Galio's farm. 85.
Wow.
It's not bad.
Yeah, 85 already. That's
good.
Yeah, that's real good.
That's a very high elo.
He's getting ganked, though. He's getting triple ganked.
Wow.
There was the ultimate there from Sejuani. And he is popped right on the tower.
Oh
no, but are they going to turn this around? Is Sejuani going to die? Dies to the tower hit, even though Galio goes down, so his life was not lost in vain. Darius, though, getting credit for that.
Yeah, that was a hell of a maneuver by Galio, sacrifice play. I mean, he's like, well, I'm going to die regardless, so I might as well take one with me, right? So it was actually a very nice timing in his ultimate, and kind of a screw up by Blue. On the other hand, you have to admit that Blue did get 2 assists out of it, and they fed a kill to Darius, which is not something that Red wants to do right now. So I guess they kind of got the upper hand. Plus, they really need to make those kind of trades because they're behind. So anytime they can make a trade where they get just an inch of ground is worth it because they got to crawl back up.
Nice Matrix dodge there from Graves in the bottom lane. Matrix dodging out of the way of the diarrhea pull.
The diarrhea pull, so that's what we're going to call it from now on, the diarrhea pull.
You know, it's really hard to say the blue robot in the bottom lane. That's too much, just diarrhea pull. Here comes Doppelgangster down the lane. Notice how they have Red has a vision ward by the dragon. Vision wards, I tell you what. if you correctly use vision wards early in the game, they can save lives and they can really help your team in the long run.
It's huge for ganks because you counter ward right off the bat, and if they don't catch onto it or if they don't counter ward you, then that's going to be huge for ganks because they're sitting there thinking, okay, I'm safe for 3 minutes. Nope, you're not safe for 3 minutes. You know, you lost. Excuse me, you lost your vision. So that's yeah, it's very, very important. You see it at the really top elos. We saw with a high elo teams like Reboot or Hufflepuffs, they were kind of like dueling with vision wards in the mid. There was one point in one of the games in the tournament where 2 people placed a vision ward at the same time in the brush, and they were fighting over trying to destroy the vision ward. Like the one team had to drive off the other team so they could destroy the vision ward. It was actually pretty funny.
You aren't going to counter ward me. Oh, you aren't going to counter my counter ward. I mean, yeah, it was a pretty crazy situation.
It was like a chess match, you know. There was a fight over one particular square, and like 7 or 8 pieces got involved. You know, it was a pretty intense moment. But yeah, that's what happens with counter warding if you're dedicated to it. If you don't pay attention to it, then you just give your opponent an unnecessary advantage.
We're seeing a nice little heads-up battle between Darius and Renekton top. Looks like Renekton is a little stronger right now.
Yeah, Renekton has red, which helps a lot because that's a pretty powerful dot, true damage and all. But that's not the only thing. Renekton is just plain got an advantage. And Renekton just has more money right now. I mean, he fed off 2 kills right off the bat off of Darius. Darius only has a farm advantage of like, what, 4? So, I mean, Renekton has definitely got an advantage here. So, I think, but also, Renekton is early in mid-game. Renekton's very early in mid-game focus. I suspect that Darius is going to be more like Jax, or he's going to be more like a runaway carry late game. Not a pure AD carry, but...
Oh, no, I'm sorry, this Galio is getting caught in a tough spot, and this time he was unable to get a sacrificial kill. Whoa, it was close, though. That Darius with the Ignite on Darius almost died.
Yeah, that ultimate from Darius is so powerful. It's a true damage blast, pretty much, and if it executes somebody, he gets the cooldown instantly removed. Like, he gets the spell back immediately. So if there's a whole bunch of...
guillotine.
Yeah, guillotine,
okay, so he leaps to target enemy, strikes him with the lethal blow, dealing true damage. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
And deals an additional 20% for each stack of hemorrhage. Okay, interesting mechanic there.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a stacking true damage. Offhand, the only stacking true damage I can think of is Bane because it's a percentage base, so it stacks with the enemy health. But I can't think of anything else that's true damage that stacks. Olaf true damage doesn't stack. I'm not sure if Irelia stacks, actually. I'm not really a player to look that up. But yeah, that's pretty interesting that it stacks with AD true damage.
I'm sorry, the diarrhea pull on red bot at the bottom lane. Ashe unable to capitalize on that, though. Ashe's ultimate was down as she used it earlier in that exchange, unable to secure the kill on Blitzcrank. Now with Sejuani getting in the game, it's going to be a chase down situation, no doubt. That's what Sejuani does best. Red gangster pull there. Nice doppelgangster pull, and Sejuani gets punished on that gank. And I gotta say, Diarrhea was really a non-factor. Diarrhea robot, that is. The tower now pushing back Shyvana. Red robot really wants to dive. Red team can't decide, really. It seems like they can't really decide whether they want to dive or not. Oh my gosh! That fist went straight through Ashe from my angle. That was map hacks territory right there. That fist should have connected, but it did not.
I've always thought the skill shots on moves like Blitzcrank's pull or Momo's bandage are always off. I always see them, even when I'm playing these characters, I see them connect when they should miss or miss when they should connect. Happens all the time.
Right.
But yeah, I completely agree. I thought that went straight through Ashe as well.
That's it. It's got to be map hacks. It's got to be this new patch.
It's hacks.
So
it's hacks, dude.
It's hacks,
totally
hacks.
You can check out the red steel. Just totally owning blue jungle.
Some good CJ going on here. Some really nice CJ. And what do you think of the new textures here on this map? I'm looking around. I'm seeing flowers. I'm seeing pretty trees. Do you feel like this is a significant increase? Or were your expectations higher? I'm sorry. There's a really sick exchange here in the bottom lane. This Graves was pretty much screwed, but he flashed into the bushes there. He's going to try to pull around the corner. Is this Shyvana going to be able to save him? I doubt it. And shot down there by Ashe. Blue Blitz coming in on that Shyvana. Here comes Red Blitz. Oh my, it's really hard to commentate a mirror match, I gotta say. That Ashe getting exhausted, securing the kill there for Shyvana. Blue Blitz has got to escape. What's that?
Call him Blitzcrank and Blutzcrank.
Blutzcrank and Red's Crank,
Blutzcrank
maybe?
and Red's Crank. There you go. Yeah.
Beautiful. I like it. This is divey territory here in the middle lane. Are they going to dive this Sejuani or not? You have a blitz. I guess you won't have to dive if you can get a pull. Gosh, these blitzes are super aggressive, but that's more or less what this higher elo blitz crank play requires these days. You see people diving on the enemy tower to pull them off their own tower to secure the kill. Big reason why blitzes are getting banned a lot.
Yeah, Blitzcrank, you know, Awall, you've always been saying that you think the the frequency of banning Blitzcrank is going to keep going up and up as more people get better at him, I don't disagree with you. I mean, we've seen some amazing Blitzcrank plays in the tournament and other games as well. We did a featured game before the tournament with some pretty sick Blitzcrank action. And I just really think that that's going to go. I think you're going to be proven right by that in the long run. And people are going to watch these old videos and say, "How'd they guess that? How'd they figure out that Blitzcrank was OP and no one else knew?" But
it's because we're genius.
Yeah,
I think same thing with Jax bans as well. I've been playing ranked games recently, and because of our commentary at the League of Legends tournament #2, link in the video description below. Shameless plug. Because we said that Jax would be banned more and more because he is a very, very strong solo top. Yep, big fight in the mid here in the river. Galio popping that ultimate, really unable to secure a kill there. Ashe coming in with the clutch arrow. Essentially, oh, I thought that clutch arrow was going to save Sejuani's ass, but it didn't work out. Galio able to secure that one. Now Red in more or less in a dominant position. They do have a low health Renekton, and they do have a low health Shyvana, so they're not really going to be able to push their luck too much. Morgana securing, no, Morgana not really able to secure anything there.
No.
Are they going to dive on this mid tower is the question.
Ooh,
wow, clutch shield there from Morgana, saving that Blitzcrank pull that no doubt would have led to a death for Darius. Very, very clutch timing there. Red Blitz going on Blue Blitz. Blue Blitz dying.
Oh,
he clearly is the inferior
Darius
Blitz,
massacre.
but it's disgusting that Morgana ultimate. Morgana being clutch right now. Morgana securing the kill on Galio. Darius securing the kill on Graves. And the other Darius securing the kill on Blue Blitzcrank. Now, Blue turns things around. I was not expecting that.
I have to say that I mean, I wish I had actually said it, but there was too much going on for me to interrupt. But I was totally about to say that Darius is going to murder their whole team. And the reason I was going to say that was Renekton was low enough for an execute, which means that as soon as he's executed, he can execute again. And all they needed was an initiate. They got the initiate on Graves. It actually worked out really well. And then they got the pull on Renekton. So the execute went off, and I was like, yeah, here we go. Darius is about to murder everybody. Darius, I think that Darius is going to get like power nerfed pretty soon because a scaling AD, a freaking true damage ult that scales with AD and that can be spammed in a team fight is absolutely obscene. Like, just a freaking joke, man. I mean, if anyone's going to come back, it's going to be Darius murdering their whole team. He's already got 6 kills, and we're probably going to see quadras and pentas in this game out of Darius. Honestly, before 3 days from now when he gets nerfed. But
another Notre Dame like prediction there from Cormar. Let's see if that one comes true as well.
That's my prediction. I really feel like, I mean, just looking at skills, I mean, the 80 true damage scaling is ridiculous. I mean, that's obscene. I mean, Olaf, has always had true damage, but it doesn't scale at all. He doesn't get, except for like cooldown reductions. The only scaling he gets on that, right?
Oh no, Darius top. He was milliseconds away from that B going off.
Ooh, what a dodge.
Now he's getting Renekton and Shyvana dive. This Darius is Dunzor.
Yeah.
Absolutely Dunzor. And you see the Blitzcrank and the Galio coming up to finish that one off if he didn't already secure it. However, in the bottom lane, Graves being caught out of position here in the bushes, just getting triple wrecked right now. Oh, he almost escaped, but that Blitzcrank grab secured the kill. I'm sure they would have tower dove that to secure that one. Ashe picking that up. Let's take a look at farm, man. Tell me, who's ahead in farm right now? Is anybody really pulling ahead and sticking out to you?
Well, Galio is still continuing to farm very well. He's not at quite this exact same ratio he was 10 minutes ago, but he's still at way above everybody else, and he's still at an excellent. He's still doing fine. Graves is not keeping up though. Graves is actually falling behind, and his lane opponent is actually not doing that great either. So I don't think that either AD carry is going to be huge. I think it's going to be basically Darius is going to be the key to this game. Galio getting super fed is not that big of a deal. I mean, he'll turn into a really strong character, and his ult's always strong, but his spam falls off really fast. He is not. He does not, because his scaling is kind of iffy. So he is not viable as a long-term solution for carrying this team. They really got to get Ashe. They got to, they got to get Graves fed properly. The other thing they have is Shyvana. Now, Shyvana's a great strength through team because Shyvana versus Sejuani, Shyvana is much stronger. Sejuani has a specific niche that she falls into. She's an excellent initiator. She has great crowd control, and she's a tank initiator CC'er. That's what she does. She's like, what's another good example of that? Like Amumu. She's like Amumu in that sense.
Right. But not quite as good as Amumu, I would say, because Amumu. Well, we've discussed this offline.
Yeah.
Amumu's ult, arguably the best ult in the game.
Absolutely sick. Yeah, her ult's not as good as Amumu's, although her ult's pretty damn good. Her ult's a good initiate by itself, but it's still not as effective in terms of destroying the team as Amumu's. But she has other strengths, Like her dash is a lot more reliable than Bandage. Oh, I didn't even notice they had the new
Blitzcrank connecting on that pull from with Galio mid. I don't know if they can take this Galio down though. He's pretty damn beefy right now.
Oh, check out
100
up top.
armor, 156 magic resistance. I'm sorry, action up top. Oh, Darius. Wow, Renekton picking up the Darius kill, Darius picking up the Shyvana kill. How did he get that last-minute kill? Was it like an Ignite or something?
He basically took off about half of Shyvana's health in one hit from the ult, and then died a second later.
Wow, it's that OP true damage that you're suggesting might be a little OP.
It might be. It is way OP. The other thing is that Sejuani helped him with Initiate and got the stun off on both of them, but then she ran away, and she didn't follow up, which was really weird. But
there's so many grabs going on in the mid, it's almost comical. It's like, I grab you, you grab me. Diarrhea, blue crank, though, forced to flash out because he's so low health. Oh no, Sejuani getting put into a tough spot. Matrix dodging that Galio. Oh my gosh, another pulling that Morgana off the tower, securing the kill there for Galio. Now they're straight diving to Sejuani, and the Ashe arrow misses. If that would have connected, that really wouldn't have done much, actually. They still would have been able to escape. With the Renekton there to back that up. Look at Graves, he's going bananas. Can he secure this kill? Clutch exhaust there, clutch exhaust. I Diarrhea on you. I'm gonna say that name again because Diarrhea is funny. With the clutch exhaust, Graves going to be able to escape. Now, this... Wow, the Darius was just caught between those two towers, getting triple gank there. That was a nasty situation for him. Oh no, Blitzcrank in the woods, Red Crank, almost getting killed by those wraiths. That would have been comical.
Yeah, it would have been. Darius is making a lot of mistakes. Darius is going top solo to farm and getting ambushed by 3 people. He's walking into 3 people in the tower. He needs to, I mean, he can't, his character is too squishy for that. I mean, he's not like Master Yi squishy or something, right? But he's squishy enough that he doesn't have any real protection around him. He either needs to build defensively, which he really isn't, obviously. He's going double Bloodthirst. Double Bloodthirster, okay? To max his, he wants to max his ult damage. I mean, that's what it all is about, right? But he's going double freaking Bloodthirster, and he just needs to hang back and wait for a target of opportunity. And when they're low enough that he could run in and do his AoE burst, because he does a lot of good AoE burst, and he also has a nice slow, and then he can put that on somebody as they're running away, chase them down, ult the next guy, whatnot. He's running in too early, and he's winding up in really bad situations, and they're focusing him down. On the other hand, Red Team's doing a good job of singling him out, focusing him down. I mean, the converse there is that they're not ignoring him, and they're aware he's such a big threat, so they're shutting him down. So, while we haven't seen a total domination yet from Darius, except for that one team fight where he killed their whole team by himself.
How come he hasn't mastered Darius yet? I mean, that's completely new. He just came out today.
What a noob. He should uninstall.
He should uninstall. I'm gonna report for unskilled player.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's the third dragon for Red, by the way. That's a nice free dragon for them.
It is. It is. They're upset. They're up 6K right now, which is pretty damn significant at the 23-minute mark. Yeah. Red team does have a significant advantage here. The kill's helping. The dragon helping. They're all up and running. Darius is now pushing this top lane, though. Let's see who all goes up to respond. Looks like Renekton and Shyvana gonna handle that once again in the top lane. They've sort of made it their duty to deal with that.
Yeah. They pretty much are going to shut down Darius again. Like I said, they're smart enough to react to it. Actually, Shyvana's switching off. Where is Shyvana going? Is she going to join mid? I really thought they were going to go for it.
Darius is being, so she might not have gotten there in the right time anyway. Might have wasted a little bit of time, so
I see what you
looks like she's going to pick up some kills in the jungle.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, the fast response there goes to show that they really are identifying Darius as a serious threat, and they're focusing on him. If he comes into this battle, all he needs to do is wait. And he needs to let Sejuani get the initiate and run in and start tanking if she actually can. I mean, her gear is pretty terrible for tanking right now.
See, look at this Darius out front here in this battle.
Terrible.
Darius going out front, getting killed immediately, and not really being the follow-up guy, right? Like you want him to be. Maybe he should wait for that Blitzcrank pull. No, and Sejuani coming around from the back thought that whole team fight would be way more favorable, kind of really dedicating to that team fight working. The Ashe arrow on the Blitzcrank right in front of the tower, not really being effective because creeps are around. Now Renekton is super diving that. However, the hold did go off from Morgana, the dark binding on the tower. Renekton's still alive. Renekton gets killed though. Ashe picking up the kill on Renekton. Red is just all in diving, and they can do it because they've got Galio and they've got Shyvana here. Shyvana being taken out more or less by that tower. Morgana getting credit for the kill, of course. Now it's 2 versus 2 at this mid tower. Blitzcrank Galio, Blitzcrank Morgana. Morgana, wow, just more or less an even exchange there. I gotta say, these teams are hyper aggressive. They just don't care. It's kill, kill, kill.
Yeah, that could have worked out a lot better for Red. They mainly just spent way too much time on the tower. I think they drastically underestimated the damage of the tower because Renekton tanked it for like 9 or 10 hits, and then so did Shyvana. They basically tanked the thing forever and ever and ever. That was really bad. I mean, they should have got the kill on Darius and backed up. That's how you really need to do it. But they got super aggressive at the tower. It's still too early. They don't characters who aren't geared properly. It's not like you have Alistar or Rammus with 250 armor under the tower there and 3,000 health. I mean, these are characters that are a mix of damage and tanking. That's Galio and Shyvana. Galio can be built pure tank, but if you look at his items, he's gone for an MR, which doesn't help the tower at all. He's gone for a pretty standard MR AP build, which is, you know, works as Galio's passive and is what you usually go. So Galio's not one that can tank it. Shyvana's not one that can tank it. She's only got, what, Wriggles for armor? And, you know,
yeah,
she's focusing on damage.
Do you want to talk about this new item?
She just bought
this. Galio picked up the Athene's Unholy Grail.
Yeah, and Renekton's going pure damage too. Unholy Grail. Yeah, the stats on this are fantastic. I mean, I've been waiting for this thing forever. They announced it what feels like a million years ago. I think it was like a month ago. But it's like the item right now. I mean, everybody's going to want to use this item. It's just amazing. It's got everything you possibly want. I mean, it's got defense, it's got offense, it's got a mana regen, like massive mana regen, cooldown reduction, it's got everything.
Wow. Clutch flash there from Morgana. She would have been completely screwed.
Yeah.
Blue team is split up right now, though.
Well, they got 4
bottom?
here in the brush. This could work out for them if they don't let Darius get ambushed. Ooh, nice initiate.
Yeah, let's see what Darius does. Darius does have the shield. Wow, Galio getting the quick kill on Blitzcrank. Darius getting the kill on Graves. Here comes Shyvana with the jump in. No, this situation's looking terrible for Blue. Morgana, get out of there. Double buff Morgana. Not going to be able to clean up much unless there's a clutch grab through the woods. Ashe is just taking major risks here.
I don't know what
Gonna get bursted down so nasty. The shield there on Ashe is saving her ass in the meantime. She can't really afford to turn around and try to gangster this. Shyvana is not gonna work out. Shyvana securing the kill on Ashe. Now Red, can they push their luck? With Doppelgangster and Genocide being so low on health, they probably just need to farm in the meantime. I'm seeing some pings on Baron though.
Yeah, what happened there was Darius missed his second ult, which, you know, his ult does about 500 damage right now, true damage. Plus, actually, if he has 5 hemorrhages, which he probably wouldn't have that soon, he would do over 1,000 damage. Like, according to the tooltip, he could do as much as 1,027 under ideal circumstances, which is pretty incredible. He may have misjudged the number of hemorrhage stacks he has, or he may have just misjudged it entirely because it's a new champion, and whenever there's a new champion, people buy it and generally have to kind of feel it out. But basically, yeah, he missed the second ult, so he didn't get his cooldown back. And after that, the fight fell apart. I mean, they were totally relying on that. He executed Graves instantly, which was perfect, but then he really needed to make sure that their damage was proper so that he could finish off Shyvana, finish off Blitzcrank, you know, one by one by one.
Oh. Blue Blitz, way out of position.
Yeah, it was bad.
Blue Blitz was there to ward the enemy jungle, just getting caught way out of position. He had no way to know that they were in the jungle.
As a support, I can tell you that one of my least favorite things about playing support is getting killed while warding. You know, it's like, oh, I'll just walk around this corner and put a ward. Oh, I'm dead. You know?
Yeah. And that's the crazy part about warding. I mean, if you're warding in the area, that's because you don't have vision there. So by default, it's a dangerous situation.
You're right on. You're right on. I think I should stick to warding places that are already warded from now on. Does that sound? That sounds smart.
That sounds good. Double ward equals double the vision and double the usefulness. Well, this is a tense situation. Blue just kind of harassing here. Look at Blitzcrank kind of on the D on the outside, keeping everybody away from the Baron fight. Red does secure the Baron. Oh no, now they're going to turn this fight around. Yeah. Now they got Renekton leading the charge on this Darius. Oh, with Shyvana there, with Galio there. This Renekton, or this Darius is screwed. Here comes Blue Crank to try to save the day. Gonna pop that Renekton up in the tower, forcing him to go back. Galio ultimate, though, gonna yield the double kill in the bottom lane, no doubt. Morgana, get the hell out. No, Morgana says, this Renekton must die. Thirst for blood, the ultimate going off on Shyvana. Not gonna be able to do squat, though. Morgana already blew everything she had. Middle lane now. This Graves had pushing back that Ashe. And now Blitzcrank really pining for a grab. Gets the grab on the Ashe. Is that going to equal a kill? Yes, it does. Graves picking up the kill in the middle lane. This might be the FTW push.
Yeah, that Ashe, I don't know if they just wanted to play Ashe because of the new model, but they're not fit to play an AD carry at all. I mean, it's just really bad, honestly. I don't even know why this person's in a featured game. That's some really terrible positioning and everything else they can do with Ashe all game long. It's been nonstop. Bad teamwork, bad farming, bad everything. Graves has been much better. Still not a dominant force, but you notice he's got his farm up to respectable levels. So I think that
yes, he does.
I think the problem was at the beginning of the game he was too busy farming Ashe to be able to get regular creep score. So I think that's the only reason his CS was low, because he's getting back up there now. Graves has shown what you need to do to be a decent AD carry. Darius, you know, when I think that the only reason he's been able to dominate as much as he has is because of his overpowered character. I think that
4th dragon, by the way,
Yeah,
there.
fourth
Pulling even
dragon.
further ahead in that gold, man.
Not that it matters at this point, but yeah.
No, getting caught in the triangle bush
I
there.
don't know what that's
Sejuani
about.
getting murdered by, and the missed ultimate from Ashe. You see these retarded late ultimate there from Ashe.
Yeah, I don't know what that
Double kill for Graves. Oh boy, this Ashe needs to. I'm reporting for unskilled player.
Ashe is
Oh boy.
This Ashe is. I don't know what this Ashe is doing. I think Ashe wanted to see
This
the
Ashe is
model.
having a rough ass game, man. A really rough game.
Yeah. What's she at? 100 and piss ass farm basically. So yeah, they're gonna just walk through it. I mean, Blue did everything wrong with that dragon fight. I'm sorry, the Baron fight. Excuse me. They basically did everything they could do wrong. I mean, they trickled in, and then they just stood there and watched, and they barely harassed at all. And then once the Baron died, they kind of ran away, but not really, and they all got tracked down and murdered, and then they lost their inhib. So it's just total miscommunication, the whole team falling apart, basically. And Darius, I don't know if Darius is really fit to carry them. The champion, yes, the champion. Honestly, if this player were to get it all of a sudden, maybe he's a great player. He just new champion, hasn't figured it out yet. If the light bulb was to go on and he was to say, "Oh, I know what I should be doing," he could win this game. He could just turn this whole game around and win. But it just matters to see if he can figure it out. So we'll see. That would actually be pretty exciting. But missed. Oh, he actually landed that.
Oh no, connected with the ult. Wow. Okay, looks like the area, I guess hitbox on that ultimate from Sejuani is way bigger than I thought. Of course, Galio is a freaking giant champ anyway. There's the Galio ultimate, allowing Graves to come in and clean up shop. Graves murdering everyone, second double kill in a row. That was gross.
Graves just walked through them. Yeah, Darius actually got killed mid-swing on his ult. he was about a quarter of a second away from killing Galio when Graves killed him. That goes to show how powerful Graves is. He just walks in and just kills everything like it's nothing.
Blue Blitz, no, Blue Blitz, get out of there. Diarrhea Blitz getting killed again. This Morgana's trying to do everything she can. Oh, picking up the kill on Renekton. Wow.
Yeah.
How did she burst Renekton down that quick? I really didn't see what happened there. What exactly happened? I mean...
But Morgana also does a lot of damage, but mainly it's a tower. She's pretty fed, man.
Okay.
She's pretty fed. She's got 200 farm, which is okay, but mainly she's 5, 1, and 9. Morgana's been kind of like the unsung hero of this game. Unfortunately, your AP carry cannot win a game for you. That was
pretty decent kill there on Graves there at the tower.
Nice,
I mean,
yeah.
The 2 inhibs are down here for the blue team, though. They're pretty much still screwed. They're 3 inhib. Call that 3 inhibs at the top. Morgana's doing everything she can. There's another missed Ashe arrow. Missed Ashe arrow number 3. Gross. If they would have connected with that Shyvana, that would have been a kill.
Yeah.
Just barely missing there. Ashe has just got to be really frustrated.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, these ultimates, she's had the right idea, but the timing and the placement has just been wrong.
Yeah, this Ashe has not been doing a lot. I mean, her items are kind of scattered too. She's got an eye edge and then another cloak. What's the cloak for? I mean, her Phantom Dancer. Then why does she have the Vamp Scepter and hasn't got her Bloodthirster yet? You know?
Yeah, yeah. That's a good point. She's going for the Phantom. I don't know. It's a scattered build. I mean, she's been interrupted so many times in her build. She's died 8 times. She hasn't got her really got her farm on. Just sounds like I've had bad games with Ashe and she's crumbling under the pressure.
Yeah, Darius actually picked up a Last Whisper. I'm not sure if he just is confused about his the way his character works or what, but about his mechanics. But yeah, he doesn't need that Last Whisper at all.
Got to see that Darius grab and also the Darius ult there, able to secure the kill on Red Blitzcrank. Now Galio ultimate was a bit too late. The Galio ultimate actually put him in a position where he's primed for a kill. But Galio late game, so effing beefy, so freaking beefy. Now red team's gonna turn this thing around with Shyvana jumping up in the game. Morgana's ultimate connects with the entire team, but it doesn't matter. Renekton kills Darius, Shyvana kills Blitz, Graves kills Ashe, Galio kills Morgana. This low health red team, it doesn't matter if they're low health because they just killed everyone.
Yeah.
Now Sejuani's going to be forced to pull back with all 3 inhibitors down. These supers are straight rolling in on this Nexus. I'm going to say it again. Is this the FTW push?
Well, if they don't waste their time chasing down... Oh, and right as I say that, he does it. I was going to say, if they don't waste their time chasing down Sejuani for no reason, then yeah, they could win on this.
There's the ace. Graves just wants to bump up that KDA.
Yeah, he just wanted to get that KDA. Yeah, they're going to get it anyway, even with the chase. Yeah, so that's it. Complete landslide stomp for red team. Morgana was the only person worth the damn on blue team. Sejuani, well, it's hard to judge Sejuani. I mean, her positioning was kind of bad usually. But the problem with that champion is that she relies on her teammates. Like any kind of tank initiator support relies on your teammates to do all the real work, you know. And your job is you have a specific job to do. And even if she does that job perfectly, if the team doesn't follow up with damage because Ashe is terrible, because Darius is already dead, and because Morgana can't carry the team by herself, then that initiate is worthless essentially. So it's really tough to judge Sejuani. I know that her character, I mean, her build is really questionable. I mean, at wit's end. She needs to go pure tank. I mean, she has to initiate and survive the initiate. I don't really know what the wit's end's all about. So I don't know about the build. Let's see. So Morgana's pretty good. The Diarrhea Blitzcrank. Let's call him that from now on. Diarrhea Blitzcrank.
Diarrhea, yeah. He was diarrheaing all over that lane. Red Crank was a superior Crank.
Yeah, Red Doppelgangster definitely owned his ass. There was no question. But so that was a great Graves. I think that honestly, like we were talking about before, the reason the Graves was behind on farm initially was only because he was too busy farming Ashe to farm creeps. I think that the Galio was solid. He never got to the point of the game where he starts dropping off. By the way, the Grail is like made for Galio. That's like got Galio's name written all over it. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it really does.
I
was impressed with the Galio play with 18 assists. You can really see that he was there in those team fights, and he was there for his team, and that's what Galio needs to be doing.
He was, and he had some really clutch ults and turned some ganks into wins for the team. I really liked that jump, the one where they killed Sejuani and Darius, where he held them both there with the ult, and they couldn't finish him off in time, and Graves shows up and blows them both away. That's exactly how you play a tank. Precisely how you play a tank. You get the dangerous enemies to focus you while your carry walks up behind and shoots them in the back, literally. So I think that, I think the Galio really nailed it, the Graves really nailed it, Shyvana really nailed it. Renekton was pretty good, but okay, he didn't really have any kind of competition, though, it's hard to say. So really the whole red team was just stacked. I mean, the blue team just got a matchmaking like goof or something because they need to go back and play bot games, I think.
Well, Morgana was okay. I'll give some credit to Morgana.
Did fine.
She did
fine.
She did fine. So, anyway, I think that we can conclude from this game. The new graphics are awesome.
Yes.
And we can also say that Darius, a very exciting champ, maybe too powerful. I'd like to cast some more games with Darius.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure there will be plenty today.
Right.
Day one.
And also, I can shamelessly plug the TGN League of Legends playlist. I'm putting up an annoying yellow link on the screen right now. Click that playlist. You can check out more casts from me and Cormar from the offstage from our recent tournament, powered by XSplit. And also, you can see some casts there from Pure and Hengist. There's a lot of games. It's close to 20 games that are going to be posted up there. So a lot of hot League of Legends action and really competitive tournament action, so support that. Anyway, on behalf of myself, Awall, and Cormar, thanks for casting with me, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was fun. Like to see Darius in action, love to see the new graphics, new Ashe model, all pretty sweet. So, see you later.
Yes, indeed. See you in the next cast. FTW.